Hey everyone, what's going on? Joey here, and I just want to send a big thank you out to all of you guys because within the past 2 weeks, the amount of love that we've received about saving the Oceanview's lobby is just amazing. I mean, by now, according to that link that I sent out, over 500 people clicked that link, which could only assume that there's 500 letters that were sent to City Hall to go ahead and express that you want to keep this lobby. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'll put the video in the description below. But long story short, the Oceanview Motel, which was built in the 60s originally as the Admiral, a developer is coming through and they want to go ahead and tear down the historic lobby to build condos in its place. And obviously, in our point of view, we're trying to save Wildwood history. And while we understand we can't go ahead and save everything, which is why the units behind it, which actually you can see a little bit back here, units behind it, they're going to shell out, and we understand they have to make their units. But we feel that the lobby is historic enough that it should be saved, considering that Wildwood Crest is it has some of the most doo-wop / mid-century motels, not just on the East Coast, but in America. And so long story short, a few weeks ago, we put out videos, we've done press, we went ahead and asked you guys to go ahead and send those letters in. And this past Tuesday, it was February 15th, was supposed to be the Planning and Zoning Board meeting for Wildwood Crest. And just a few days prior, on that Thursday before, we found out that the application was not going to be talked about. They decided to push it to Tuesday, March 15th. And this is big because why? Why did they decide to push it? Well, I think it's because we did so much media. I mean, thank you to Ted at NBC that put it out there. Thank you to the press of AC. Thank you to the Herald. I mean, seriously, you guys got behind it and really pushed it. So, the update to what is going on. As of right now, I just went to City Hall and they haven't changed their plans. But there's still time where they could go ahead and maybe change it to include the lobby. But let me go ahead and give you some of the behind the scenes stuff. Obviously, we're now having to wait another month to go ahead and present our side to the board. But, leading up to this, because, as of last Thursday, once again, we're preparing for it. I already have my speech together. I already made all my boards, which, by the way, this behind me is the proposal that we want to put together, which includes the lobby still here and the original building that they want to build, which is going to be 5 stories in our proposal, is right here in the parking lot, right behind it. I mean, if you actually go through, I have all these other things that I'm actually going to be presenting with. This is an actual photo of what it looks like at the moment that I took. Here's the lobby here. This is the lot that actually belongs to the motel. And the funny thing is, this actually may look smaller than this, but the square footage is exactly the same. The same size building they want to put here can actually fit right on here. And so that's one of our big points that we're going to bring up during the meeting. That you can go ahead and still build the exact same amount of units, still make the same amount of money. The only difference is that you would move this building over here, or the building that they want to build over here, and you could still keep the lobby. And keep in mind that on this back portion of the lobby, there's 3 units in here. So if anything, you might actually get some extra units. You may want to make that into 1, but you can still have the lobby. You can still go ahead and have a common room, a game room, a meeting room, something for the condo association to use. Maybe a party room, right? Wouldn't it be cool if your condo association had some kind of room where you could have meetings and things like that? So anyway, that's the update for now. This weekend I'm doing a lot of filming down here. We're doing the February version of the construction update, and I'll be sure to stop by here and the Singapore. It looks like most of the units in the Singapore had just sold. So I think it was just this past week, I think 12 units in there sold. Yeah, it's a lot of units. I still think maybe a few of them are still available. I'm not a realtor, so I really don't have that information, but my father is. So if you want to buy a house to the shore, you let me know. Anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and take a moment to update you on that and other projects we have going on, because I am doing so many scripts. A lot of you guys have reached out to me after we did the Why is Wildwood Crest Dry, and the other one, which I thought was really fun, the Lost Cape May Racetrack. And you guys have been telling me you love that content. And I plan on doing that. I mean, the amount of scripts that I have going on here, these are all the ideas, like why Route 55 wasn't finished, because there's actually a really cool history behind it. You know, the Cape May, I'm going to say this, I know YouTube normally flags content, so I'm just going to say German. The Cape May German prisoner of war camp. It was a thing. It really was a thing, and people don't know about it. So that's something I'm working on. I'm actually working with the National Archives, so hopefully once they finally open up their archives, I can get photos and videos of that. So that might be sometime in April. We've got the Lost Cape May Railroad, because there used to be a ton of railroads, including the ghost tracks you see on the beach. There's so many things. The 2005 Maurice Piers we never got, because there is a design out there floating around that was supposed to be a big concept for the pier that never happened. Think of it as around the same time period when we were supposed to get the major roller coaster. Also think about the same time where we were supposed to get the water park that never happened. You see where I'm going with these themes right here? It's all the things that should have happened but never happened. And unfortunately, most of them happened between that weird 05 through like 2011 period, where the economy kind of tanked and the market tanked and things kind of went nuts. So a lot of things like that are really interesting. And then, you know, other stories I have, like skyscrapers and things that were never built. If there's ever a topic on this channel that you want to go ahead and see, please let me know in the comment section, or send me an email or message. I don't know, send a pigeon or a seagull. I'll get the message, because I love doing these videos. I love doing the research, and to be honest with you, I've made a lot of really good connections with the National Archive. They seem to really like us, especially right now, because you actually can't physically go inside the National Archive. The Library of Congress you can go in, but the actual National Archive is kind of locked down. So anytime I need anything, I've got, like, her name's Casey, by the way, Casey in DC, that's taking care of all this stuff for us. Or is it Virginia? Technically it's Virginia. And so you can go ahead and comment below what you want to see. And I, of course, always want to send a special thank you out to my Patreons on patreon.com. These videos and the research we do, they take a lot of time. The Cape May racetrack video that we just put online this past Saturday took me about, I would definitely say it took me about 8 days, because you have to find the correct information. You have to go ahead and, actually, I was going through the New York Times and like looking for quotes and looking for things, and going to the National Archive and asking them for photos. It's kind of crazy the amount of stuff you can find. Like, for example, if you go back and look up that date where they kind of vote, like go vote, it was like 1939, like June 29th, 1939, it was a go vote to go ahead and allow gambling. We had to reach out to someone in the state archive to go ahead and find that and then re-edit it to put it together to put it online. So it takes a lot of time and a lot of money, you know. You have to pay these researchers about $15 an hour to go ahead and look for this stuff. So it's because of my Patreons on patreon.com we can make these historical videos and things that, you know, down the line they can play in high schools or elementary schools or middle schools or wherever in the libraries, and go, look, this is all 100% correct. This has all been verified. It's correct. And it can be a learning tool for down the line. I mean, ultimately, that's what the Wildwood Video Archive is. It's us going ahead and preserving the history by going ahead and digitizing old 8mm, 16mm, Super 8mm, digitizing them, putting them online, reporting on what's happening now, and telling the history, which unfortunately over time, it doesn't get talked about and it gets forgotten. Anyway, I want to thank you for joining me. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. And as always, I'll see you on the beach. I'll see you later. Bye.